Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back for another Tip for Tuesday. This is Brian coming at you, and lovely fall day here in Indianapolis. And the tip I have for you today is going to be something that can help you out on the acquisition side and the disposition side, and just kind of all the way around, even with transactions. Is when you are in the wholesale business, one of the things you need to have that comes along with it is basically being able to have great customer service. That's something that I think is very important. You want to be able to, yes, you want to be able to get the deal and you want to be able to sell the deal and you want to be able to work with title companies and all that stuff. But being able to follow up with them after the deal happens and being able to, ask them for review, ask them how the experience was, being able to make sure everything went, the way that you said it would, make sure that everything was on track with that, I think is very important. Number one, it can help you make sure you understand kind of maybe where your shortcomings were, where your strengths are, things like that. But then just making sure that it was a great experience for that seller, a great experience for that buyer. Even just, a thank you to the title company for working with them and things like that. So making sure that you have that level of customer service that comes along with your business, I think is very important. So some of the things that, some of the easy things, I think it's really easy to do that is, after you do make that transition with the seller, even before you get that deal or anything like that, one of the things I like to do is after I go on a walkthrough, I like to drop them a thank you note. Sometimes I'll put it in the mailbox right away. You can do that. You can drop them a thank you text. You drop them a thank you email, even a thank you call just for their time. I think is a really important thing. Then after that transaction happens, after they sign the contract, you definitely want to congratulate them because they just got out of something that they were moving on with the next part of their life. They're able to get that kind of freedom from whatever that burden was, that house problem or that money problem. Being able to do that. But then after that transaction, being able to just reach back out to them and basically like letting them know of like, hey, I just wanted to kind of follow up with you. Thank you so much. I'm so happy we could have that transaction. We could work through that with you. We could get you out of that situation so you can go, help out your son or your daughter, or so you can move and you take that job and you were able to not worry about this house, whatever it may be. Being able to follow up with them, but then asking that question of like, hey, is there anything that I could have done to, make it a little bit better for you or help you out or any way? Is there anything that you recommend that I can do, to kind of improve on what I'm doing? I think those are really important questions to ask. And then being able to make sure that you soften your heart to be able to accept any of that criticism that might come out, I think is very important. Then doing the same thing on the buyer side, usually it's generally a little bit more of a professional relationship, but just asking them of like, hey man, I'm so happy that I could connect you with that property. I'm so glad it worked out for you. Is there anything I can do to just help you out in the future? Is there anything I can do to do better at my job or to make sure you get a property? Or was there anything with the transaction that you didn't like, or, any of that stuff? Being ready for that, to hear any of those things that come at you is only going to improve your business. But then also make sure that, the people that you're working with, you're giving some credibility to what you're doing. That, you through this whole transition, you're saying like, hey seller, I'm concerned about what's going on with you. I'm building a rapport with you. And those are the types of things that I'm doing, but be able to show it too, be able to show it through your actions by doing the thank yous, being able to follow up with them on things I think are very important. And then, like I said, too, you want to make sure you're able to prove. But then one of the things that comes along with this business is being able to ask for reviews. So if they don't mind, they can send you a Texas review. They can put it on Google. They can put it on Facebook. They can send you an emails review. But being able to have those kind of, I guess, testimonials to be able to put out there to other sellers that are considering working with you, or other buyers that kind of want to know your credibility, or even any title company that say, I don't know you. I'd love to do business with you, but have you done a deal before? Any of those things. Being able to pass that along, I think is really important. So when you're growing in this business, when you want to be at the top of your game, I think it's one of the things that you can definitely bring onto your plate of making sure you have a high level of customer service that comes along with it. I think is very important. And that is my tip for Tuesday today. Take care.